Hi everyone, I'm Odette. I'm a practicing yoga therapist and I focus mostly on structural issues and complaints, and my focus is on using all of the yoga-based tools, everything that's in the yoga repertoire, the meditation, breathing, postures of course, helping people to move more easily and to feel more comfortable in their body, and of course to practice yoga postures safely and efficiently. Something I get asked about a lot is the core and how to strengthen the core. I just want to take a second to offer what I think the core is. I think people generally think of the abs, right? Abs are part of your core, the center of the body that helps stabilize you. But I think that the core also is not just in the front of the body, but also in the sides of the body. I include the deepest layers of abdominals and even the back, the erector muscles. I even consider the outer hips and the inner thighs part of the core as well, because these muscles work in relationship. And so I don't just think about targeting the abdominals. I think about getting the sides, the back, and even the outer and inner hips. Let's start out with one that I find very helpful, which is boat pose. And boat pose is really like a hip flexor exercise, but the abdominals are definitely working to help stabilize your rib cage. Come into seated on the floor or on a mat, and you can start with your hands behind your knees and lean back until your arms are straight. You're countering the tendency to round your back. You don't have to back bend, but you're not scrunched up. And my feet are light. I feel the work here. I'm not doing a crunch, but if I touch my center, I can tell those muscles are working, and they definitely are. If you can maintain this integrity in your back while lifting your legs up somehow, you can of course do that to increase the challenge. You can bend your legs and lift them. You can straighten your legs and lift them. You could even, if you had tools, you could put a block, like a yoga block in between here and squeeze the block. And you could hold boat pose for maybe 3 to 5 breaths. Then you could lower down and take a little break. If you feel most of the work in the pose right here, like in the crook of your hip, that's not wrong, that's not surprising, because one of the big muscles that crosses over the hip crosses right in front of there. But if it's like really burning just right there, I might start with the feet down and just focus on keeping your back more long, top of the head lifting back, because this is challenging enough right here. And I'm not feeling it mostly in the front of my hips, I'm feeling it mostly here. After I did that maybe 2 times for 5 breaths, I might incorporate some twisting to get my obliques. So I can exhale, turn, breathing in, and then exhale, turn the other way. Again, not rounding, and you don't have to touch, literally just turn. And just 1 rotation, I'm feeling fairly tired, but you could do 2, right? Inhale to the center, exhale, turn. Inhale to the center, exhale, turn. And then you could take a rest. So that one, I think, really gets at what we think of as our core in more of an isometric way. Like we're not doing crunches, right? Like it's just teaching the core to be stable. And then when we add the oblique movement into it, it makes it more dynamic. And then we can lie down onto the back. Here, I would lie back and get your legs up, and it's fine if they can't be super straight. It's fine if they're slightly bent. They could even be bent 90 degrees. That's fine. What you don't want is your lower back to arch excessively. I would put my hands on my hips, and if I could, maybe even sort of under my back so I could keep it down. And you take a breath in. And then as you exhaled, you would start to pike the legs down. So if your legs were straight, obviously they would be hovering towards the floor. If they were bent, same thing. The feet would kind of hover towards the floor, and then you can breathe in and reset. And I would maybe do 3 of these. I'll do it with my legs bent this time. Breathing in, breathing out. You can touch down, or you can just hover the feet, breathe in. I'll do it with legs straight this time, pressing them up. Exhale, pike the legs down. Slowly, very slow, controlling my lower back, And then I would bend them right before the feet were gonna touch down and just rest. If you'd like one more core exercise, it's almost like mountain climbers, but slow, and we have the opportunity to kind of scissor the legs through. Let me show you what I mean. You can come into a plank and you would take an inhale and lift up one leg behind you a little bit. And then as you exhaled, you would bring the knee in towards your elbow, like the same one on that side. You could breathe in, stretch the leg out again. Exhale, point it towards the opposite elbow. Breathe in, stretch it out, and do the other side, right? Inhale, exhale to the left elbow, inhale, exhale to the right elbow. Once you've gotten the feeling of that, then as you point the knee towards the opposite elbow, you can extend the leg out. So that would look like this. You would inhale, foot rises, exhale, point it towards the opposite elbow, and extend your leg out, right? I'm just straightening my leg. You could pause here for a moment and attempt to lift your foot up to really get your inner thighs there. Free your leg, stretch it back. Breathing in. You could lift the leg there to get the back of the body. Exhale, you would thread it across. You can straighten the leg. The back foot can stay like that, or if it's more comfortable to pivot like into a side plank foot, you can do that. And then maybe you can lift that foot, pull it back in, plank, and then I'm done. You can do just straight mountain climbers, knee to the same elbow, knee to the opposite elbow, and then if it's possible, you can thread the leg through, lift the foot to really access the inner thigh. So one more time, the whole thing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out, maybe doing this, maybe doing this. Pull it back in, stretch it out. Other side, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe straightening the leg, lifting it, pulling it back in, breathing out. And you're done. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next time.